Emily was an inquisitive and adventurous soul, always looking for adventure and thrills. But after this story, she didn't leave the house for 2 months. Once upon a time, in a small, secluded village nestled deep within the heart of a dense, eerie forest, there lived a young girl named Emily. She was an inquisitive and courageous soul, always seeking adventure and thrills. However, little did she know that her thirst for excitement was about to lead her down a path she could never have imagined. One moonlit night, as Emily roamed the outskirts of the village, she stumbled upon an ancient, dilapidated mansion hidden behind a thick curtain of tangled vines. The mansion stood tall and imposing, its shadowy windows reflecting the ghostly glow of the moon. Intrigued, Emily cautiously approached the entrance and pushed open the creaking, weathered door. Inside, she found herself in a labyrinth of dark, twisted corridors, their walls adorned with faded portraits of long-forgotten faces. Each step she took echoed ominously throughout the desolate halls, sending shivers down her spine. As she ventured further, a sense of foreboding filled the air, as though the very walls whispered warnings of the horrors that lay ahead. Suddenly, Emily's foot caught on a loose floorboard, causing her to stumble and crash onto the ground. In her fall, she accidentally knocked over an ancient, cobweb-covered book that rested on a dusty shelf. The book opened, revealing a page filled with a chilling message written in blood-red ink. It spoke of a curse that had befallen the mansion, condemning all who entered to a fate worse than death. Undeterred by the warning, Emily pressed on, determined to unveil the secrets of the mansion. She descended into the dimly lit basement, where she discovered a hidden chamber, adorned with arcane symbols and flickering candlelight. In the center of the room lay a peculiar, ornate chest, beckoning her closer. As Emily cautiously approached the chest, a deafening crash echoed from behind her. She turned to find that the entrance to the chamber had mysteriously closed, sealing her fate within. Panic gripped her heart as she realized the curse had become her reality. Desperate to escape, Emily frantically searched for a way out. She stumbled upon a diary belonging to the mansion's previous resident, a wicked sorcerer named Malachi. The diary revealed the only way to break the curse, a sacrifice of pure innocence. Suddenly, the dim candlelight grew brighter, and an unearthly figure materialized before Emily's eyes. It was Malachi, his ghastly visage twisted with malevolence. He taunted her, reveling in her fear and vulnerability. As the ghostly figure moved closer, Emily knew what she had to do. With a heavy heart, she made the ultimate sacrifice, offering her own life in exchange for the freedom of all those trapped within the cursed mansion. In that moment, a blinding light enveloped the chamber, and the mansion began to crumble around them. Emily's spirit was freed, released from the confines of eternity. The curse was broken, but the memory of the daring young girl who had defied the darkness lived on in the hearts of the villagers. And so, the tale of Emily, the brave adventurer who faced her fears and made the ultimate sacrifice, would forever be whispered among the villagers as a cautionary reminder of the unknown terrors that lurk in the shadows. With the curse lifted, and the mansion reduced to ruins, the village began to heal from the dark shadow that had loomed over it for so long. The villagers, grateful for Emily's sacrifice, held a solemn memorial in her honor, placing flowers and candles at the entrance of the once dreaded mansion. Once upon a time, in the bustling city of New York, a series of gruesome murders began to shake the community to its core. The city that never sleeps found itself haunted by the presence of a cold-blooded serial killer. The media dubbed this mysterious figure the Shadow Reaper due to the eerie silence surrounding the crimes and the way the killer seemed to vanish without a trace. The first victim was a young woman named Emily, a promising artist with a bright future ahead. Her life was tragically cut short one fateful night as she walked home from her studio. The police were baffled by the lack of evidence and the absence of any witnesses. The city was gripped with fear as rumors of a serial killer spread like wildfire. As the body count continued to rise, panic consumed the streets of New York. The Shadow Reapers seemed to select victims at random, leaving the police with no discernible pattern to follow. The city's finest detectives were assigned to the case, but their efforts proved futile. The killer remained one step ahead, leaving behind only a chilling calling card, a small black feather. Months turned into years, and the Shadow Reaper continued to elude capture. Fear and paranoia settled over the city like a dark cloud. People became suspicious of their neighbors, and the once vibrant streets grew quiet and desolate after sunset. The authorities were desperate for a breakthrough, as the pressure mounted to bring this reign of terror to an end. Detective Sarah Thompson, a seasoned investigator known for her sharp intuition, was assigned to the case. Determined to unravel the mystery, she delved deep into the mind of the killer. Night after night, she meticulously studied the crime scenes, searching for any shred of evidence that could lead her to the elusive murderer. One stormy evening, as the rain poured down on the city, Detective Thompson made a breakthrough. She discovered a hidden pattern, a series of seemingly unrelated symbols left behind at each crime scene. With the help of a brilliant cryptographer, she deciphered the symbols, revealing a chilling message: the Reaper's art is never done. Armed with this newfound knowledge, Detective Thompson began to connect the dots. The victims were all connected to the art world: artists, critics, gallery owners. It became clear that the Shadow Reaper was targeting those who had somehow crossed his path. The detective realized that to catch the killer, she needed to understand his twisted psyche. As she dug deeper into the art community, Detective Thompson uncovered a dark secret. A reclusive artist named Victor Blackwood, who had vanished from the public eye years ago, seemed to be at the center of the mystery. Blackwood was known for his macabre and controversial works, which often depicted violence and death. Detective Thompson's investigation led her to Blackwood's secluded studio, hidden away in an abandoned warehouse on the outskirts of the city. As she entered the dimly lit space, she felt a chilling presence envelop her. The walls were adorned with disturbing paintings, each one a window into the mind of a disturbed artist. Suddenly, a figure emerged from the shadows. It was Victor Blackwood, the man behind the mask of the Shadow Reaper. He revealed himself as the mastermind behind the string of murders, driven by a twisted desire to create his own masterpiece, a symphony of death and despair. A deadly game of cat and mouse ensued as Detective Thompson fought to bring Blackwood to justice. The two engaged in a battle of wits and wills, each determined to outsmart the other. In a climactic showdown, Detective Thompson managed to apprehend Blackwood, ending his reign of terror. The city of New York breathed a collective sigh of relief as the Shadow Reaper was unmasked and justice was served. Detective Thompson's unwavering dedication and relentless pursuit of the truth had brought an end to the nightmare that had plagued the city for far too long. But the scars remained. The memory of the Shadow Reaper would forever haunt the streets of New York, a chilling reminder that evil could lurk in the most unexpected places. And Detective Thompson, forever changed by her encounter with darkness, continued her fight against crime, ensuring that the city she loved would never fall victim to such horrors again. Late one stormy night, in the depths of a desolate forest, a lone trucker named Jack embarked on a harrowing journey. He had heard stories of a haunted stretch of road that ran through the heart of the forest, and against his better judgment, he decided to test his courage and take that treacherous route. As Jack drove deeper into the forest, he couldn't shake the feeling of being watched. The branches of the ancient trees clawed at the sides of his truck, as if trying to warn him of the impending danger. The wind howled with an eerie chill, sending shivers down his spine. Suddenly, amidst the looming darkness, Jack saw a flickering light ahead. Hoping for some sign of civilization, he followed it, only to discover an abandoned roadside inn. The building stood in shambles, its windows shattered, and the air heavy with an eerie silence. Curiosity getting the better of him, Jack cautiously stepped out of his truck and cautiously made his way towards the inn. The front door creaked open, as if beckoning him inside. The interior was filled with an oppressive stillness, broken only by distant whispers that seemed to emanate from the walls themselves. As Jack explored the inn, he stumbled upon a photograph hanging crookedly on a dilapidated wall. It depicted a group of truckers, their smiles frozen in time. Among them, Jack recognized the face of a man with a haunting expression. A sudden realization struck him. This man was the one who had disappeared years ago, on this very road. The inn seemed to come alive with malevolent energy, as the spirit of the vanishing trucker materialized before Jack's disbelieving eyes. The ghostly figure was filled with rage and sorrow, trapped between worlds and tortured by the horror he had endured. The ghostly trucker implored Jack for help, desperate to find peace for his tormented soul. Bound by a cursed existence, the spirit revealed that his disappearance was no accident. He had fallen victim to a malevolent supernatural force that preyed upon unsuspecting travelers. Driven by empathy and a growing sense of duty, Jack agreed to aid the restless spirit. Together, they embarked on a quest to uncover the dark secret that held the ghost in its grip. They'd ventured deep into the heart of the haunted forest, where ancient evil resided. Their journey was fraught with peril. Malevolent shadows reached out for them, twisted forms emerged from the depths of the forest, and ghostly apparitions whispered dreadful secrets that threatened to drive them mad. But Jack remained steadfast, drawing upon his courage and determination to face the horrors head-on. As they delved deeper into the forest, they discovered the truth behind the curse. It was a vengeful witch who had cursed the restless spirit, seeking retribution for a long-forgotten transgression. To break the curse, they would have to confront the witch in her dark and foreboding lair. The final showdown was a battle of wills and dark magic. Jack fought valiantly, wielding ancient charms and protective artifacts he had gathered on their journey. He faced the witch with unyielding determination, knowing that the fate of both the ghostly trucker and himself hung in the balance. In a climactic moment, Jack managed to overpower the witch's malevolent power, breaking the curse that bound the spirit. As the witch's lair crumbled around them, the spirit was finally freed, his ethereal form dissipating into the night, leaving only a grateful whisper of gratitude in its wake. Jack emerged from the haunted forest, forever changed by the experience. Word of his encounter spread, and his name became synonymous with bravery and triumph over the supernatural. The tale was retold around campfires, sending chills down the spines of those who heard it. To this day, brave souls still venture into that haunted forest, searching for traces of the ghostly trucker and hoping to unravel the mysteries that lie within. But none can deny the lasting impact of Jack's journey, a testament to the enduring power of bravery in the face of unimaginable terror. Many years ago, in the vast depths of the open ocean, there existed a mystical and enigmatic island known as Atlantis. Tales of this fabled land have been passed down through generations, whispered among sailors and seafarers, but its existence remained a mystery shrouded in legend. Nigel, a daring explorer with an insatiable thirst for adventure, had heard these stories and became obsessed with finding Atlantis. Determined to uncover the truth and unlock its secrets, he assembled a crew of seasoned sailors and set out on a perilous journey across the treacherous waters. Their ship, aptly named the Phoenix, sailed through towering waves and unpredictable storms as they ventured further into the vast expanse of the uncharted ocean. Nigel's unwavering determination never wavered, fueled by the hope of discovering something extraordinary. Days turned into weeks, and weeks turned into months, as the Phoenix sailed ever onward. The crew faced countless challenges: rogue tides, monstrous sea creatures, and the ever-present threat of being swallowed whole by the merciless ocean. But Nigel's leadership and the collective resilience of the crew kept them going. One moonlit night, as the Phoenix sailed on, a mysterious fog enveloped the ship, obscuring their vision and disorienting their senses. The crew grew uneasy, sensing an otherworldly presence lurking just beyond the fog's opaque veil. As if guided by an unseen force, the Phoenix navigated through the fog until it began to dissipate. And there, on the horizon, emerged a sight that took Nigel's breath away. Atlantis, with its mythical towers and cascading waterfalls, rose majestically from the depths of the ocean, bathed in an ethereal glow. The crew gaped in awe as they docked the Phoenix at the island's edge. Stepping onto the land of legends, they were greeted by the presence of ancient ruins whispering echoes of the past. The air was thick with a mystical energy that seemed to hum with secrets waiting to be unveiled. Their exploration of Atlantis led them through hidden passages and forgotten chambers, where they encountered beings from another time. Mermaids with shimmering tails danced in the ethereal waters, wise sages shared ancient wisdom, and mystical creatures prowled the shadows. However, as Nigel and his crew delved deeper into Atlantis, they also uncovered a dark secret. The island's magic had waned over time, and its inhabitants had grown desperate to restore its former glory. They resorted to forbidden rituals and sacrifices to harness the fading power, but it only brought them further towards ruin. Nigel realized that Atlantis was on the brink of destruction, its delicate balance between light and dark tipping towards chaos. With the help of the island's last remaining guardian, a wise and benevolent sorceress, he sought to undo the damage and restore harmony to this mystical realm. Together, Nigel and the sorceress embarked on a perilous quest to retrieve a sacred artifact hidden in the heart of Atlantis. Guided by ancient prophecies, they ventured through treacherous underwater caves, battled mythical sea serpents, and overcame insurmountable obstacles. Finally, they reached the chamber where the artifact, a glowing crystal of immense power, lay guarded by a powerful and malevolent entity. Nigel's courage and the sorceress's magic were tested to their limits as they faced this formidable adversary in a battle that would determine the fate of Atlantis. With unwavering resolve, Nigel and the sorceress unleashed their combined strength against the malevolent entity. They fought with every ounce of their being, drawing upon all the knowledge and power they had accumulated on their journey. In a blinding burst of light and energy, the malevolent entity was vanquished, and harmony was restored to Atlantis. The island, once on the brink of destruction, began to flourish anew, radiating with vibrant life and powerful magic. Nigel and his crew bid farewell to the mystical island, their hearts filled with awe and gratitude for the extraordinary adventure they had been a part of. As they sailed away, Nigel knew that Atlantis would forever hold a special place in his heart, and its secrets would continue to inspire adventurers and dreamers for ages to come. Thus, Nigel's tale of the lost city of Atlantis and its wondrous mysteries became a legendary story, whispered among the seafarers who dared sail the open ocean. And though many sought to find it, only a select few would ever witness the magic and splendor of this mythical realm, forever etching their names in the annals of history.